Sukdeep says, should I spend my time practicing how to use words I already know more effectively through conversation and practice? Or should I spend my time learning new words? Well, this is a really good question. And instead of saying it's either A or B, I'm going to recommend a focus, because it really is not an A or B situation. It's not a situation where it must be one or the other. Life doesn't work like that, right? Nothing is completely this and none of that. There's always maybe more of this because I'm focused on that, and less of this because I'm not focused on it. Yes, right? That's how life really works. So how can we think about using and learning words? What's the best approach? If you're going to put your resources, time and energy resources into something, put your time and energy resources into becoming a better user of the language, a better communicator in the language. If you're able to write that question that you just wrote right there, then you probably have a pretty good understanding of a fairly large number of words. So I would strongly recommend that you put your energy and time mostly into using those words really well. And I don't just mean looking at the word individually and figuring out how to use it. What I mean is, how do I become a better writer? How do I write more clearly? So I'm going to practice writing every day. I'm going to find a writing partner who can give me feedback on my writing, and I'm going to check their writing, and they're going to check my usage of words and see which other words I might have used in this situation. We're going to score each other. Okay, great. Or I'm going to do the same thing for speaking practice. I'm going to find a speaking partner. I'm going to record myself every day, and I'm going to give myself a score on how effectively I use words. Or I'm going to try to use these 10 vocabulary words that I know, but I'm not really comfortable with. I'm going to do a presentation or give a short speech or answer a question or just talk and talk and talk until I figure out a way to use those words. All right, those are exercises. Or more generally, I'm going to join a meetup group and I'm going to have a weekly chat, an online video chat with the people in the meetup group, and I might use new words that I've learned, or at least I will get a feeling for using other words related to the topic that we're talking about. And that will make me a better speaker overall, and that will make me able to find the vocabulary that I already know more easily. It will make me a more confident speaker. Okay, so that's just a couple of examples. That should be your focus. Now, does that mean you shouldn't be learning any words, any new words? No, you should be, but you shouldn't sit down and study 10 words a day like that. That's not the right way to do it. Instead, you should roll your learning of other words into the practice that you're doing anyway to improve your understanding of or usage of the words that you already know. Now, maybe that means you like to read. I really recommend that everyone who can read, practice reading. If you find reading English books very tiring, maybe that's just because you haven't done it enough. Right? Maybe you just need to do it more. You need to practice it more, and maybe you'll start enjoying it. Or maybe you just need to choose different books. Maybe you need to find books that you like and read those. Maybe that's it. By reading, you're going to discover new words. You're going to see them in context. You're going to see how they're used. Even if you're not underlining the words, you're going to get a sense for vocabulary. You're going to get a sense for words and phrases, special words and phrases, idioms, things like that. You'll see how they're used. So you're going to be, through the other things that you're doing, learning new words. Maybe you're in that meetup group that I mentioned, and you hear someone say a word, and that's a new word for you. Well, you learned that sort of by accident. So sitting down and learning words, studying words, is probably the biggest waste of your time if we're talking about time spent on improving English. Because if you do activities correctly to work on other areas of your English, like the things that I mentioned, then you'll be learning words automatically. You'll be learning words naturally, and you won't have to specially separate time for learning words. Does that make sense? Make sure that you're learning words as part of or rolled into other activities as part of your English learning lifestyle. So if I were you, my focus would be on building out a plan that works with your lifestyle so that you can say you have an English learning lifestyle, whatever that includes. And it should include stuff that you enjoy doing so that you don't give up on it a week later. It should be a regular, ongoing thing, something that you don't have to force yourself to do, but that you want to do, that includes some difficulty so that you're always pushing yourself to become a better speaker, a better writer, a better, more knowledgeable English speaker in general. And then make sure that those activities include new words that pop up occasionally, naturally, whether it's in reading, whether it's in the feedback that you get from your writing partner, whether it's in a meetup group that you're in, or whether it's on the internet somewhere, whatever, it should happen automatically. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. That's a good question. A lot of people struggle with this, and I think people spend much more time learning new words because they don't know what else to do, and because it's such a safe and simple activity. Just sit down and learn 10 words, and you feel like you've accomplished something. Well, what if you've accomplished nothing? What if you've wasted an hour doing that? Is that possible? I think it is possible. I think people spend way too much time on that. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. It's a good one. Thanks a lot. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, to hit the like button, subscribe, and check out my full courses in the links in the description.